For the longest time, the world pretty much ran on one simple principle: permission. If you wanted to make an impact, if you wanted to build wealth, you had to go through a gate, and there was always, always a guard. And the tools you could use for leverage, they were pretty standard. First, there was labor, getting other people's time. But for that, you needed a manager's permission to even get hired. Then there was capital, other people's money. But you needed an investor's permission to get funded. Your entire fate was pretty much in someone else's hands.
But then something new arrived. A different kind of power. A force that doesn't bother knocking, it doesn't ask, and it certainly doesn't need a key.
This is Permissionless Leverage. Welcome to a world where your creations don't need anyone's approval, because the market itself is the only gatekeeper that matters. No one, and I mean no one, can stop a valuable idea from spreading, and absolutely no one can stop a useful tool from getting used.
So what's the engine that's actually driving this whole revolution? Well, to really get a handle on this new era, we have to understand its most fundamental law, the physics of zero marginal cost. Think about it like this. Building that first digital creation, yeah, that might take you 1,000 hours of really intense effort. But creating the millionth copy, that costs absolutely nothing. Zip. Your impact, your reach, is now completely, 100% decoupled from your time. And this incredible power is wielded through a totally modern arsenal, a triad of digital forces that are just out there working for you around the clock. First up, you've got code. I want you to think of this as your personal army of executors. It's a tireless digital workforce that automates solutions and just operates 24/7. It never gets tired, it never complains, and it will never, ever ask you for a raise. Second, there's media. This is your army of evangelists. It's like a digital version of your own consciousness, your philosophy, traveling all over the globe. It builds your reputation and establishes trust on a massive scale, long before you ever formally meet anyone. And the third, and this one is a real game changer, is productized AI. This is basically your cloned mind. Just imagine packaging your unique expertise into an intelligent agent. It can serve thousands of clients all at once, answering their really complex questions with your voice and your logic, as if you are right there with every single one of them. So how does all this stuff actually combine in the real world? Let's take an example. Imagine a very specific, really difficult problem, like a recurring structural flaw that only shows up under certain environmental conditions. Now, the old way would be to solve this problem manually, one project at a time, over and over again. But the permissionless path? It's totally different. You use code to build a tool, maybe a simple digital calculator. Now, anyone, anywhere in the world who's facing this problem can just input their specific conditions, the temperature, the humidity, whatever, and boom, the tool gives them the perfect solution instantly. And your brilliant tool, distributed through your media, just goes viral, solving that problem for everyone who needs it. Just like that, the problem is solved at an incredible scale. Value was created, it was delivered, all without ever asking for a job or bidding on a project. That is the power of permissionless leverage. Okay, so how do you start? The whole process is about productizing yourself, and it really begins with one simple step: archiving. Don't go hunting for some big idea. Just start documenting your knowledge, your process, your unique little insights. Then the second step is packaging. You take all that scattered knowledge from your archive and you transform it into something tangible, something real, a digital product, a tool, a guide, a digital asset that somebody can actually use. And the final step is distributing. Look, you don't need to be everywhere at once. Just build one direct channel to an audience. Own your access, own your message, and speak directly to the people who are going to value your work. This right here is the new equation for value. It's your rare and specific knowledge multiplied by the infinite leverage of code and media. You no longer have to ask for an opportunity. You build a system that creates its own gravity, pulling opportunities directly to you. So the question is no longer who will give you a chance. The real question is, what universe will you build?